I was standing by my window on a cold and cloudy day when I saw that person rolling for to carry my mother away. Will the circle be unbroken by and by, Lord, by and by? There's a better home awaiting in the sky, Lord, in the sky. Okay, cluck, 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 cluck. Today we're doing some of the pink-eyed peas. I don't know if I've talked to y'all since I had them last time. It's getting ready to rain here, by the way, so if I go running, that's why. But the pink-eyed peas, I did try them. Honestly, I didn't find much difference in them between the black-eyed peas, but you know, they will be good in soups. They will be good. I will be saving some for New Year's, obviously. So, and the goats really enjoy the pods, so that's another plus. Speaking of goats, I don't know if y'all can see right there. I got head-butted, and it wasn't like a full-on, like they were trying to hurt me headbutt. It was like, have you ever had a toddler that you go to pick up from behind and they like arch their back like that and headbutt you? It was like that. I mean, almost exactly like that. I was picking one up to move him, and he went, and they got very thick skulls. I thought it broke my nose at first. I like went running in. It was like straight and everything. So today is the first day that it basically, it only hurts now if I touch it. But when I woke up the next day, I expected to have like, because it was definitely hurting all throughout there. And I've been hit on the bridge of my nose where both eyes ended up being black. But today it's pretty much clear. Yesterday I had a little bit of discoloration on this side, which is the side he came in on. So that makes sense. So last week I was going to talk about how I'm a foodie, but I realized that story kind of just goes along with what I do on the weekend. And what I do on the weekend is on Saturday morning, first thing I do after I drink coffee and have my substance is go to the farmer's market. And if you don't go to the farmer's market, let me just once again highly recommend it. Better food, cheaper a lot of times, and you're supporting local, and you get to meet people. So it's you know, it's a win-win, really. Go to the farmer's market. At least go once. And if you don't like it, you can say, I've been there, didn't like it. So just a reminder, so I freeze these. I flash boil them and I freeze them. And your flash boil is basically getting any kind of bacteria off of it. So when we go to the farmer's market, we're not looking specifically for, sometimes we have something in mind when we go, but usually we're just going to see what they have. And that's part of the fun. Like, ooh, I wonder what they're going to have at the farmer's market today. So while we're there, we are in our heads somewhat thinking, what can we make out of this stuff? But sometimes we just grab stuff that is unique. That's how I came across these pink-eyed peas. I was like, oh, I've never heard of those. I'm going to grab them. Sometimes, you know, so maybe it's just like, oh, we haven't had that in a while. Let's go ahead and get some. And so forth. So sorry, this one's particularly hard to open. So we're always there just, you know, picking up random stuff. Now sometimes literally while we're there, we're already coming up with a meal in our head. Sometimes we wait till we get home and we kind of spread everything out and go, what can we make out of this? Sometimes we make up our own food. Sometimes we make just really awesome foods that, you know, like our burgers, for example. All right, fresh beef, like most of the beef we comes literally from like maybe 200 yards that way. My husband smokes his own bacon, which if you have any kind of heart issues or whatever, and you should always ask a doctor, but most of the times when they're like, don't eat bacon, it's because of the nitrates that are put in the curing salts of smoked bacon or from the bacon that you get from the grocery store. When you smoke your own and you don't use that curing salt, you make up your own curing recipe, you don't have to deal with all of that stuff. Once again, you should always ask your doctor, but that's what we do. There's also a lot of food coloring in curing salts, which is honestly you just don't even need. It's just to make it look better, and like bacon's so good it don't need to look good, right? So anyway, so like our burgers are just freaking awesome. So, a lot of times we just do really awesome batches of spaghetti. We did chili this past weekend. Tacos. Tacos is a big thing that we do. And when I say we add, sometimes we'll saute up some squash and put on a burger and stuff like that. I mean, it's whatever we're looking at and go, ooh, that would be good. From our harvest and from our own garden. But the weekend foodie stuff is usually from the farmer's market, which is just so good. So yeah, highly recommend going to the farmer's market. Become a weekend foodie like me. And my husband is just, it's usually a joint effort, but my husband's definitely a lot more courageous with foods than I am as far as cooking them. Like if I'm unsure, I just won't do it. And he'll just jump right in head first. So yeah, I can do that. So, and then after he kind of gets his recipes for it, I just copy his recipes. And sometimes I'll expand a little bit. Like, for example, the difference between me and my husband, I think a lot is, like, I know certain, and he does too, but like, I know like, for example, there are certain things that go better with certain herbs and spices that will go better with chicken. He doesn't care about that. He just puts whatever he thinks is going to be good with that chicken. Where I would use like maybe rosemary and thyme if I'm baking it or whatever. Once again, I'm going to say this. I do not eat my own chickens. I actually rarely eat chicken anymore, but it's, every now and then we do have some. Sorry, Misty. She's looking at me like, you eat us? I don't eat you. You're my pet. I am able to compartmentalize very well. And I think that's why I can do true crime cases a lot, is I can able to look at this chicken and say, oh, aren't you just so pretty? You're my cute little pet. I love you, Misty. But then I'll get chicken from the grocery store, and it's just like those are two different things in my head. So I've got some new exciting news. So me and my husband have always talked about wanting to do our own music for my intro, but we just never really got around to doing it. And it's probably more my fault than his fault. Usually whenever he's up for playing music, I'm not. When I'm up for playing music, he can't. Like he's at work or something. We're getting ready to get a storm. That wind feels good though. So, sorry, these shells are harder than last time. So I reached out to Robbie because Robbie, most of y'all know Robbie. He's from Save Robbie, another channel creator. I've always loved his intro. I mean, how can you not watch his intro and smile? Because it's funny. But I've also loved his music. And so I reached out and just was like, hey, if you're feeling motivated, I would love for you to make me a Chicken Lady song from an intro. And I didn't expect Robbie to just straight up say no to me. But I did kind of think maybe I'd get a non-committal answer like, oh yeah, maybe if I have time, or, you know, I'll think about it, something to that effect. But not only did he say yes, but by the very next morning, I got some of the music. He sent me the music. And I love it. I love having my own. Maybe one day me and my husband will still do our own, but now it's not like something that I have to think about immediately. We can just work on it in our spare time. And I love it. So I made a bunch of videos with the song. And I got it narrowed down to 2. And everybody who I showed it to, because I, you know, like my sisters or maybe my, you know, some friends, I said, hey, which one do you like this? And everybody kind of said, you know, we liked aspects of both. So I mashed it up. I was like, how do y'all like this? And they're like, oh, that's, you know, it's better, but still kind of needs to be a little bit more mashed up. So I'm still working on the visual intro, but I will show you the video that I have so far right now.
We got the C for the chicken and the H for the hen with the I on the internet. Can't you see that's where she's been? K is for crazy chicken lady. 2EN, 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 chicken LADY. That chicken lady fly. Let that chicken lady fly. That chicken lady fly. So let that chicken lady fly.
Okay, so that was the one that was kind of mashed up. I am very torn because I kind of like both of them. So, I do like that one a lot, though. What I'm thinking about doing is alternating between that one and the other one that people really like. And because, as my husband pointed out, he's like, you don't need just one intro. So, or I may end up just doing something completely different when I'm working on it. But that's what I've worked on so far. Let me know what you think about it. So I do have one that's basically that same kind of format that's just pictures of kind of like what my intro is now. And I think that's why I'm sort of opposed to it, because I am trying to be a little bit different, but we'll see. What I'll probably do is upload them both, and y'all can decide y'all can help me decide. What do y'all think about that? Also, I am considering, so my husband's been telling me to do this for a while, but the reason why I don't is because I don't want anybody to, I don't like to know people's addresses, okay? I just, if anything happens, I don't want to be the blame. I would never do anything like that. Is my mic still on? Yes, okay. Sorry, I usually look for the light and the camera, but I didn't see it. But I am thinking about doing a giveaway. And, you know, where maybe I give some, like, when I'm crocheting up here, for example, who wants this, you know, leave a comment, I'll pull a name out of a hat sort of thing. So we are thinking about that. Let me know what you think about that. I could just say, if you don't want me to have your address, don't enter. I promise you, I'm very trustworthy, but I don't want to be in a position where I do get accused of anything, doxing or anything, because I would never do that. So, yeah, let me know what y'all think about the giveaway idea. Also, keep in mind, I know that, like, some people in Canada, they have to pay, what is it? Customs? And like the receiver has to pay them, not the sender, which is weird. But, so if you do live in a different country, think about that before you go entering any contest. But I'll think on that. Y'all tell me what y'all think down below, and I will let y'all know if that's something we are going to do. I'm actually making a hat right now for somebody at the farmer's market. They saw one of my slouch hats, and they were like, oh, I love that hat. I would love to have one. This is my favorite color. And even though I don't have to have it done by this weekend, I'm actually almost done, to be honest. It's a pretty quick workup hat. But I would like to get done this weekend. So when we get done here, I'm going to be doing that. I'm also going to be doing a few tomatoes and do these. So man, these are just so much harder. So we are at, I don't know what, because I've been having to stop and start because of chickens. But anyway, I think that we are probably close to the time where I would like to be done. So I'm going to finish doing these, get my day started, go ice my face some more. Let me tell y'all, this thing hurts. Like I said, it only hurts when I touch it now, but whenever I sneeze or anything to do with my nose, it just hurts. So, hey duckies! Hey duckies! All right. Cluck, cluck, everybody. Keep an eye out for my standalone new intros, and I will definitely be tagging Robbie in those. So, cluck, cluck.